This interview is for information only and should not be considered as investment advice or a recommendation to buy shares in the company featured. Welcome to this Stock Box interview. Joining us today is Ryan Mee, the CEO of Fulcrum Metals, following news on their Schreiber-Hemlo project in Canada. Now, this news is relating to a prospecting program undertaken at Big Bear last year, which has confirmed the prospectivity of the project area. So thank you very much for joining us today. Ryan, everything good with you?
Yeah, everything's great. Thank you, Mark. And again, pleasure to be here with you.
Well, first of all, can you provide more details about the prospecting program carried out at the Big Bear property and what the main objective of it was?
Yeah, so the main objective of the prospecting program was to go out there and not only confirm some of these historic gold occurrences, but expand the wider program to cover, I think there's 5 occurrences there with noted high-grade gold results. So we went out there, we took 45 rock samples. We come back with some really high-grade gold results, which was fantastic. And what we wanted to do on top of that is to really build up in a detailed way the geology and the structure where these occurrences sit, and see if we can link some of these up together to increase the prospectivity of the area.
Excellent. Okay, well, I note some of the values from the RNS. You've got 45 grams a tonne, 37.4, 33.6, and you mentioned that 5 out of the 45 samples are there over 10 grams per tonne. So are these rock samples more a confidence builder in the prospectivity for a mineralized deposit, or can they also help you with your exploration plans?
Yeah, well, it's both really, Mark. So, what we're seeing on surfaces is an abundance of gold. So what we wanted to do is to not only confirm, like I said a few minutes ago, but how do those occurrences sit within the geological features on the property? So, in terms of gold, shear zones are where you're going to find economic gold deposits. So we, as part of this program, we went out there and mapped the geology, and we successfully identified a number of shear zones across all of these showings, which tie in really nicely to these high-grade gold samples that we've got. So that gives us a real boost of confidence that we're in the right area where a gold deposit can form, and also adds to our understanding of the area as we progress towards a drilling program.
Okay, thank you. The RNS also talks about the additional work, as you just mentioned there, the mapping and the structural observations. And you also draw comparisons to the Musselwhite deposit. So I wonder if I can just ask you, what is Musselwhite, and what do you mean when referring to the potential of the property to host a large stratabound gold-style deposit?
Yeah, so firstly, if we just go back to the history of this area that we're looking at, this has been prospector-led. So that is looking at gold on surface in veins and following those veins until they can't see any more gold. So we're moving away from that and thinking on a larger scale, what's here? So we've been able to link some of these gold showings so that we can show that there's actually a much, much larger mineralized system there. Now, what we think is that this larger mineralized system could be something akin to the Musselwhite deposit, which is around 500 kilometers north of Thunder Bay. It's one of Canada's largest gold mines, and it's a banded iron formation hosted deposit. As part of our geological modelling, we identified a number of areas of banded iron formation. And alongside that, we've got some really, really encouraging gold samples to go alongside that. In terms of stratabound, this is whereby we feel that the gold deposit could be held within certain rock units. So as we've built out that geological model and we've mapped all this, it's added a great confidence to us that we've got a a very good style of mineralization here. And, we hope that it could be something similar to Musselwhite. It's certainly demonstrating similar structural characteristics and chemical characteristics. So it's hugely positive, and it's a real big development really for this area.
Okay. So Musselwhite, just give investors a bit of an idea where that project is, so they can perhaps do some research on it if they like.
Yeah, so like I said, it's about 500 kilometres north of Thunder Bay in Ontario. Mm-hmm. It's currently run by Newmont. It's one of the largest gold mines in Canada. They've been producing for 30 odd years. I think they've still got a few million ounces of resource to produce from there. So as you can see, it's a long life, really huge mine, and to have a property which at this early stage demonstrates similar characteristics is really encouraging for the company.
Okay. Well, what are the next steps then, would you say, Ryan, for exploration on the Schreiber-Hemlo project going throughout the rest of this year?
Yeah, so we are commissioning a geo survey across some parts of Big Bear which aren't currently covered by the high quality airborne survey, and that's going to allow us to kind of infill bits of knowledge that we don't have yet, to really explore that real property-wide approach that we're now giving this project. And we've also recently received the structural survey, which is actually for the wider Hemlo-Schreiber project area, which encompasses Big Bear and Jackfish. So what we're doing at the moment is we're analysing and incorporating those results in with the information that we've built up so far. And that's really going to help us target further exploration outside of these known occurrences that we have on the properties.
Okay. When you say further exploration, will you be looking to get the truth detector, the drill bit in the ground this year?
Yes, that is absolutely the plan at Big Bear. What we're, as you kind of allude to, we're going through the confidence barriers. Once we've incorporated this structural survey, what that's going to allow us to do is to go and add all the historic data or the data from last year, and that's going to allow us to pinpoint exactly where we put the drill bit in Big Bear this year. That's not the only exploration we'll be doing. We'll be looking at some other really prospective areas as well. So there'll be multiple news points throughout the year.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, Ryan Mee, the CEO of Fulcrum Metals, for your time today.
Thank you, Mark. It's been a pleasure.
If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like or a retweet. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programs at stopboxmedia.com. Thank you for watching.